Which one is better, the Lamborghini Revuelto or the Ferrari SF90? Which one is better at performance? Which one has a better design? And which one offers more value for the price? Well, in this video we're going to be answering all that questions. So we are putting them against each other in these 7 different categories, which are powertrain, performance, design, practicality, tech, fun, and price. And at the end of the video we're going to be summing up the individual points of each car to determine the winner. And note that the judgment I'll be passing in this video are going to be based on my opinion, which I think is fair. But if there is anything you think I missed out in the video, let me know at the end. And with that said, thank you for tuning in, and let's get the video started. Kicking off with the powertrain, starting with the Lamborghini Revuelto. It is powered by a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine that makes 814 horsepower and is mated to 1 electric motor and 2 extra electric motor on the front axle, and altogether the system makes 1001 horsepower and the engine puts out 595 pound-feet of torque. All that power is sent to all 4 wheels via 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. On the other hand, we have the Ferrari SF90, which is powered by a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine which makes 769 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to 1 electric motor similar to the Revuelto and 2 extra electric motor on the front axle, and altogether the system makes 986 horsepower. Also, the power is sent to all 4 wheels via an 8-speed automatic transmission. So, to declare the winner in this category, we are going to be considering 3 points, which are consistency, efficiency, and power output. Starting with the consistency part, both cars are hybrid and they're petrol cars for the most part, which means they're going to be consistent both in performance and in energy consumption. And I see both cars performing almost exactly the same in this regard. As for the efficiency, I'll give it to the SF90 due to the fact that it has 4 less cylinders than the Revuelto, which means it consumes less fuel than the Revuelto for sure. It has better mile than the Revuelto for sure, and even with less horsepower and less torque, it puts out performance that is really much on par with the performance of the Revuelto. And for the overall efficiency, this car is really good, the SF90 I'm talking about, and even the electric only mode has more range than the electric only mode in the Revuelto, although you might say it's due to the fact that it has a bigger 7.9 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is greater than the 3.8 you get in the Revuelto. But for the overall efficiency, I'll give it to the SF90. And for power outputs, the Revuelto has it because it makes more power than the SF90, and for that it gets the win in power output. So for the overall winner in this category, powertrain, I'll call it a draw because both powertrain are really good and I see them performing almost exactly the same. And now, coming over to performance, which is where both cars are really close. Both cars can do 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds. It will take the Revuelto 5.1 seconds to do 0 to 100 miles per hour, while it will take the SF90 only 5 seconds. As for quarter mile time, the Revuelto will complete a standing quarter mile in 9.7 seconds, while it will take the SF90 9.6 seconds. And as for the top speed, the Revuelto has a top speed of 218 miles per hour, while the SF90 has only 211 miles per hour. The funny thing was that as I was making this video, even with all these stats, I didn't believe that the SF90 was gonna beat the Revuelto in a race. That was what I believed until I saw this video, literally while I was making this one, and that was not how it was supposed to go. Like, if you watch the video, you see that the Revuelto had the better launch. It has the better pickup speed, but after the launch, the SF90 kept on pulling, and it never showed any sign of stopping until the finish line. Even in the rolling race, it still did the same thing. It still kept on pulling until the finish line. I know in the long run, like in the top speed realm, the Revuelto was still going to overtake, but it's going to take a long while, which further cements the SF90 to be the better in acceleration. So for the win in this category, performance, it's only going one way, and it's the way of the SF90. And now, coming over to design, both cars are really beautiful. Like, I'm talking really beautiful. I'm starting with the SF90. The SF90 has a very cool design. It looks really modern in and out, everything from the front to the back. Like, every angle. Like, this car looks really simple, elegant and beautiful all at the same time. On the inside you have like a really simple but yet elegant interior, like everything luxurious with top-notch materials and trims integrated into the interior. Like, everything is so much fancier and modern, which is a big upgrade over the previous models of Ferraris. And in terms of beauty, this car is really beautiful, like really beautiful on LaFerrari's like level of beautiful. And on the other hand, we have the Revuelto, which is supposed to be the successor to the Aventador. And for that to be possible, this car has to be really beautiful, and it did deliver in terms of beauty. Like, it has a really beautiful back end and really beautiful front end. Like, it has features from other Lamborghinis, like the headlamp, like the daytime running lights, which is similar to that of Cayenne, the side intake, which is similar to that of Centenario. But the only unique side of this car is like the back end. Really unique, and it's really beautiful. The first time Lamborghini is using that configuration on their cars, and it came out to be like really fantastic. On the inside, I can tell you it's a really massive upgrade over the Aventador. Like, it has a really modern and futuristic design. The center console, the dashboard, everything is shaped in this way that it came out really beautiful. A big upgrade over the Aventador. So, which one looks better, the SF90 or the Revuelto? Well, I'll have to say it's the Revuelto. The Revuelto looks way better, to be honest. And I know many people are going to agree with me on this one. Like, I wouldn't say like it's way better. Like, it's really like beautiful, but it edges over the SF90, but I don't think it's more beautiful than the Aventador. Like, to me, the Aventador is the best looking car of all time, and I don't think this car beats that. It beats it in terms of interior design, but for exterior, like for overall design, it does not beat the Aventador. But for this matchup, Revuelto versus SF90, the Revuelto comes out the winner in terms of design. So, for the win in design, I'll give it to the Lamborghini Revuelto. And now, coming over to practicality, which one is more practical, the SF90 or the Revuelto? First of all, what is practicality? Practicality is the actual use of the car to you rather than theoretical possibilities. It's how easy is the car to drive, how useful is it to you, like what can you use it for, and how spacious is it in terms of cargo space and in comfort. Starting with the SF90. The SF90 has different driving modes you can choose from the most comfort and the most chill setting to the most aggressive setting, depending on what you want. It also has an electric only mode, which means you can slide in and out of a quiet neighborhood without annoying anyone with your loud V8 engine. And you can take the car to like work, business meeting, parties. You can take it to the track for lap times. You can daily this car, you can use it to run errands, and you can even gain access into Ferrari clubs, which is all fun and game. In terms of cargo space, this car is not really good in that aspect. You can only fit a few things in the trunk, and anything more than that, you're going to be struggling with space. In terms of interior comfort, like this car is really comfortable. Like, from feedback from owners, they say it's really comfortable on the inside. And in general, this car can be really practical if you want it to be. And on the other hand, we have the Lamborghini Revuelto, which falls under the same category as the SF90. Both of these cars are really similar. You have like the most chillest mode and the most aggressive mode, and modes in between. You have the Sita mode, which is the electric only mode, which gives you electric only power, which is the first time a Lamborghini is driven solely by electric power. And you can take it to like work, business meeting, parties, track, etc. Just like the SF90. It doesn't have that much cargo space, and it's really comfortable on the inside from feedback. So which one is more practical? And I have to give this one to the Ferrari SF90. Why? The SF90 has more gas range and more electric range than the Revuelto. It's easy to slide in and out of the SF90 than the Revuelto. The Revuelto is such a dramatic car to get in and out of, like because of that butterfly doors. And the Revuelto is more like a flex and a fun car to drive than something you can really daily. And that's where the SF90 has an edge over the Revuelto. So for practicality, I'll have to give this one to the SF90. And now, coming over to technology, which one has the more tech integrated into it than the other? Is it the Revuelto or the SF90? Well, starting with the Revuelto, it has an electric only mode, which is the first time a Lamborghini is driven solely by electric power. It has a lighter and faster 8-speed dual clutch transmission, a smart torque vectoring system, a rear axle steering, lighter V12 engine, regen braking, infotainment system, adaptive suspension, and active rear wing. On the other hand, we have the SF90, which also has an electric only mode, regen braking, a bigger 7.9 kilowatt-hour battery pack, adaptive suspension. That's pretty much it. And these cars have like modern day technology integrated into them. There's a lot of them, but these are the standouts. So the Revuelto has way more than the SF90, so that's why it takes the win in tech. So for the overall better in this category, I have to say is the Revuelto. And now, coming over to fun. Which one is more fun? Is it the Lamborghini Revuelto or the Ferrari SF90? Well, to declare the winner in this category, we are going to be considering factors like speed, sound, how easy is it to drive, and how responsive is it to drive. And in terms of sound, take a listen. I think the Revuelto won. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And in terms of which one is more responsive in terms of acceleration, both cars are really quick off the line. Acceleration, they both nail 0 to 60 in the same time, 2.3 seconds. Like in terms of which one is more responsive, I'll call it a draw because both cars have the same acceleration time. And in terms of which one is easier to drive, people who have driven both cars said the Revuelto is much more easier to drive. Like, I've never driven any of these cars before, neither have I seen them in real life, but people who've driven both said the Revuelto is much more easier to drive, so I'll take their word for it. So in terms of speed, the Revuelto has much more speed, 280 miles per hour compared to 211 miles of the SF90. In terms of like overall fun and everything tied together, the Revuelto is going to be the most exciting and fun to drive, so that's why it gets the win. And now, finally, is the price. The SF90 has a starting price of $520,000 and the Revuelto has a starting price of $608,000. And both of these cars can go up to $900,000 depending on the customization option you go for. And in terms of which one wins in this category, we are going to be judging this category based on value for money. Which one offers more value for the price point? And I have to call this round a draw because both cars offer really good value for their price point, and I can tell you that the SF90 offers more value for its price point than the Revuelto for its own price point, because there are stuff that the Revuelto has that the SF90 doesn't have, and there are stuff that the SF90 has that the Revuelto doesn't have, but everything comes up together to cement them at their starting price, and you can't go wrong with any of them. You get really good value, like in terms of like performance, luxury, and everything in between from both cars from their price point, and I can't say this one offers more for its price point than the other. Both are really good in this regard, so I'll call it a draw for price. And now, finally, we are going to be summing up the individual points of these cars to determine which one is the winner, starting with the SF90. The SF90 tied in powertrain and in price with the Revuelto, and it won in performance and in practicality, giving it a total of 30 points. And the Revuelto tied in powertrain and in price with the SF90 and won in design, technology, and in fun, giving it a total of 40 points. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner. The winner is the Lamborghini Revuelto. Now relax, everybody, calm down. It's not that the SF90 is a bad car like you've seen in this video from Carwow. The SF90 outperforms the Revuelto in terms of acceleration. to show you how really good it is. It's really fast and really beautiful. But across the board, across different categories, the Revuelto is going to edge over the SF90, and that's what we've seen in this video. But it all comes down to personal preference. If what the Revuelto won in is what interests you, go for the Revuelto, and if what the SF90 won in is what interests you, go for the SF90. It all comes down to personal preference. Like if you ask me, I will go for the SF90 then take the Aventador over the Revuelto. That's my preference. And let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If there's anything you think I missed out on the video, let me know in the comment section down below. And if there's any matchup you want to see on the channel, let me know. And with that, we come to the end of this video, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and share the video with your friends and family if you also think they are going to like it. And with all that said, thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out and stay safe.